The NBA Finals obviously going on right now, and also basketball activity in Central Ohio. Caris LeVert played college basketball at Michigan. He is a Pickerington Central product. And coming up on Sunday, 10 to 4 at Pickerington Central, Caris is going to have a free basketball youth clinic for grades 2 through 8, and he joins us right now. Caris, it's pretty cool what you're doing. I got to ask you, just being a local kid, where did that giving back to the community kind of thing come from? Is that something that was instilled by your parents, your coaches? Where did that come from?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, for one. And just from, as a kid, I wasn't really, I didn't have a good relationship with any, professional basketball players or anybody who I kind of wanted to be like. So I always said, when I made it to the NBA, I would definitely give back and, be approachable and be somebody that people can talk to and, have a camp for kids that, maybe can't afford to pay for it and just give back in any way I can.
Well, we've seen our share of Pickerington athletes at Ohio State. Obviously, they've gone on, you up at Michigan, all over the country. This past year, Pickerington Central won the football championship. They won boys track. What is in the water in Pickerington, Caris?
I'm not sure, but we've definitely been very successful, especially in the past, I would say, decade or so. Especially my class at Pickerington Central, just in general, was pretty good. So I'm really not sure what it is, but, us kids, we probably have a chip on our shoulders. I know we feel like we're overlooked a little bit, so we try to, prove to everybody why we should be talked about more.
Did you have a chip on your shoulder when you went to Michigan rather than Ohio State, and did that fuel you at all, Caris?
Absolutely. In high school, honestly, was underrated, but I was a late bloomer as well, and I understood how things work. But for me, I feel like, my team won a state championship, and we played at Ohio State for the semifinals and for the finals. So for me, for them not to, give me a scholarship offer was kind of like a slap in the face, because that's like right in my backyard. I grew up an Ohio State fan. My family grew up Ohio State fans, so it was like that's the dream school if you're from Columbus. And I never really got any sort of interest from them, so that definitely fueled me a lot more. And when Michigan came and offered a scholarship, I was ready to go.
Hey, Caris, I have to be honest. I'm not sure how I feel about this camp. I mean, I know you're doing a great thing, but Pickerington doesn't need any more help with skills and drills. I got my kids out in Westerville. I'm torn about this thing.
Hey, man, you might want to send them over to Pickerington, and that's all I could tell you.
No, they're in the wrong district. I want my kids to play. There are too many athletes out there at Pickerington. So just talk to me a little bit about, what was that transition like? You grew up being an Ohio State fan. Michigan comes calling. You go there. How long does it take you to really dive into the rivalry between Ohio State and Michigan and not have any love for the Buckeyes?
It was tough. And honestly, as far as football is concerned, and the people close to me know I'm still an Ohio State football fan. I'm a Michigan football fan as well, though. So the football rivalry is, I don't know, that's kind of different for me. But as far as basketball, I mean, it was easy right away. As soon as when I went there, I was pro-Michigan, obviously, and didn't want anything to do with Ohio State. But I would say that the rivalry for basketball is, I think it's crazier Michigan State. I think the football definitely takes the cake with that one, with Ohio State and Michigan. But with basketball, I think it's Michigan State is probably a bigger rival.
So let's talk about your camp a little bit. I got 3 boys that play for the Hoopsters here locally, AAU basketball.
Okay.
We're traveling a ton. And from a skills and drills standpoint, what are some of the things you guys going to work on? And in your opinion, what's more important? Ball handling, shooting, defensive drills? How do you approach that?
Well, that's a good question. I think at the camp we're definitely going to work on all of those. Ball handling, shooting, passing, defense. Playing together. Like we're going to have 3-on-3 games and things like that. We're going to play together as a team. But I think honestly, it probably just depends on what type of player you are. I don't think one is more important than the other, but I do think that to be successful in basketball, you have to be good at all of them in some sort of way, and you have to kind of master at least one of them. Especially at, the level that I'm at now. The best guys in the game are really good at all of those things. But, the really elite guys are really, really, really good at one specific thing and are really good at everything else, but they're, they've mastered one specific thing. Like Steph Curry, he's a master three-point shooter, but he's really good at a lot of other stuff too. KD as well. But like I said, I feel like you got to develop all of your skills for sure.
Talking with Brooklyn Nets guard and Pickerington native Caris LeVert, who is having a free clinic again at Sunday, a youth basketball clinic at Pickerington Central, 10 to 4, and it's for grades 2 through 8. Caris, I want to ask you a couple of NBA questions. First of all, you've got an Ohio State Buckeye as a teammate with the Nets, DAngelo Russell. How is that relationship going? A Michigan guy and an Ohio State guy on the same NBA team.
That's my guy. It was tough at first, but I think we got adjusted to each other really well. Especially, with us being rivals in college, always wanted to beat them. But I've had a great deal of respect for him. Ever since, I've seen him play since he was younger. I think he played with All Ohio Red when he was in AAU, and I've always been a fan of his game. So we've been close, ever since we met.
I got to ask you about the finals. As you watch this, do the Cavs have a chance, or at 2-0 Warriors, with 4 All-Stars, this thing's over?
I don't think you can count LeBron out, honestly. But, the Warriors are one of the best teams to ever play a game of basketball. But I don't know. I can't count LeBron out just yet. I feel like he's proved to be, that guy who can pull his team out of that type of hole. And this is definitely a big hole, but I don't know. I hope it goes 7 and game 7 goes in overtime. I don't want anybody to win this. I wish that, hopefully one day we can be in that situation with the Nets, but I don't know. I just want to see a good series, honestly, as a basketball fan.
Well, if the refs will actually do their job, maybe we would see a good series. Man, you should listen to Caris. He's smart. So you talked about the Nets. Look, I'm a Jersey kid. I know you're playing in Brooklyn, but they're really a Jersey team. So I'm looking forward to cheering for you guys again. What's the season going to be like next year for the Nets?
Appreciate that, and hopefully we can get everybody healthy again next year. I feel like my first 2 years on the team, we've had really significant injuries. My first year, I see Jeremy being out, half the year, right in the middle of it. That definitely hurt us with him being our starting point guard. And then this past year, Jeremy got hurt the first game of the season, and then DAngelo got hurt and missed, about 30 games or so. And those were, our 2 starting guards. So I believe, next year we get everybody healthy, everybody gets better, and we get closer as a team, we get more comfortable playing with each other. I feel like the sky's the limit for us. We're a young team growing together. We have a lot of talent. A lot of people overlook us and, kind of downplay us, but I feel like we'll shock a lot of people in years to come.
Hey, Caris, we're almost out of time, but real quick, John Beilein, is he going to still be head coach at Michigan, or is he going to go to the Pistons?
Honestly, I have no clue. You're probably like the 20th person who's asked that question the past couple of days. So I really don't know. That's obviously an honor for him to be a finalist for that coaching job for sure, and I'm happy for him, and I support him in wherever he does.
So if he goes to Detroit, would you welcome Thad Matta with open arms as the head coach for Michigan?
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that. Although me and Thad are cool. I've talked to him a bunch, and I definitely respect him as a coach and as a person. But I don't know. That would be difficult.
Well, Caris, this has been a pleasure. Thanks very much. Good luck with the camp. Again, it's coming up Sunday from 10 to 4. And again, it's a free clinic for grades 2 through 8. We appreciate you taking a few minutes, and congratulations on your career and also on doing this. This is really cool of you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.